In a long time, Nigerians have not seen professors involving in such a vexatious and demeaning absurdity just to satisfy certain quotas that believe it is their exclusive right to decide what happens in the educational system. This acts in academic circle is preposterous and requires to be nipped in the bud by ensuring that punishments are handed on those involved in the dance of shame. The antecedents of leadership selection in the University of Abuja suggest that many have been victims of such satanic manipulations, which eventually denied them their rights to be at the very top echelon of their careers. Hence, the need to step in and ensure a competent hand is not denied her opportunity to bring greatness to the institution. After looking dispassionately at all allegations, we discovered that the claim that Southerners were not included in the selecting committee was untrue, and a desperate attempt to discredit the process, acting the scripts of their sponsors. The council members from the Southwest and Southeast are acting the scripts, and this must be clearly spelled out. Their grouse is that they were given assignments that will prevent them from serving on the selection board. Professor Raf Akinfeleye and Mrs. Chisom Dorcas Obi have no rights as council members of the university to decide which assignment suits them. Unless they have interest, they are yet to tell the academic community and indeed Nigerians. Again, how many times have professors staged a protest against an appointment of another professor as VC? Why was the appointment of Professor Aisha Maikudi as Deputy Vice Chancellor not challenged of qualification, if qualification is indeed the issue? Why was her appointment as the Acting Vice Chancellor not challenged, or is the qualification for Acting VC different? Why is it now that the productive younger female professor is involved that her colleagues have remembered that they have a protesting skill to display? This is pettiness taken too far. As stakeholders in this sector, we must urge the Honorable Minister of Education not to bow to pressure from these anti-development quarters. We find the qualification allegation very strange, unbelievable, and distracting. This is so because Professor Aisha Maikudi has served meritoriously as a Deputy Vice Chancellor, a position that has almost equal qualifications as Vice Chancellor, yet not challenged by anyone then. The same person here is also the current Acting Vice Chancellor. It is therefore baffling that same person who is a sitting Vice Chancellor in acting capacity could suddenly become unqualified for a position she's still holding. Reading on the news that a certain person who has been a professor for 16 years and a woman at that was among those raising dust on issues of marginalization is most unfortunate. For her, a younger, more agile and creative professor should not sit as the Vice Chancellor while she is there. We also hold that there is no law restricting job seekers from being interviewed on holidays. Their arguments that the process of inauguration of selection committee and schedule of interview is rushed does not hold water, as every stakeholder involved has been duly notified on dates for each activities according to our findings. Our recommendations. 1. We hold very strongly and in unmistakable terms that Professor Aisha Maikudi, among all the applicants for the job of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Abuja, is the most qualified and the closest person to the job and should be immediately announced as substantive Vice Chancellor, having served as Deputy Vice Chancellor of the institution and currently Acting Vice Chancellor of the same school. 2. We demand that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through the Honorable Minister of Education, wade into the ensuing crisis and give needed protection for the Acting Vice Chancellor, who is obviously a victim of ethnic gang-up, political orchestration, and desperate power mongers in the University of Abuja, to stop those who are desperately attempting to ridicule his efforts in getting youths and women involved in leadership, maintaining that women have so much to offer in raising the bar of national development. 3, we demand that the Nigerian police invite troublemakers, as espoused in our petition, to the force headquarters to serve as deterrent to others. 4, we demand that the minister, after announcing Professor Aisha Maikudi as recommended by us, should set up a truth and reconciliation panel for the post-VC Tosu era. So this is the comprehensive report of the coalition this morning. Thank you.
Use of intellectual intelligence and an insult of highest pedigree for professors of a national citadel of learning using unqualified language to qualify a competent candidate. The message is set the charisms free, recognize competence. Professor Aisha Sunday Maikudi has all it takes. In the 60s, Martin Luther King Jr. made his famous speech, I have a dream. I have a dream that at the end of the whole game, Professor Aisha Sunday Maikudi, with her qualification she has displayed in the last 6 months in leadership, representational ability, managerial ability, not only within Nigeria, but outside the country. I have a dream that in a couple of days to come, Professor Sunny Aisha Maikudi, by the special grace of God, will emerge as the 7th substantive Vice Chancellor. And for those